Hello and welcome to Currency Call with me Manisha Gupta. Well, straight up to Ireland, and that is seeking an aid from the EU and the International Monetary Fund, and the amount will be less than 100 billion euros. Prime Minister Brian Cowen says that he expects the talks on the loan to be completed in the coming few weeks. Well, the Irish bailout has given a lift to the currency markets and the euro has marked gains against the dollar, but the analysts say that the 16-nation single currency will remain under pressure in the long term. Right now, the euro is holding around 1.3736. We have seen levels at below 1.35 as well. So in last 3 or 4 sessions, it has been nearly 300 to 350 bips of a gain into that single currency there. Well, the Asian currencies also got a boost with South Korea's won appreciating 0.7%. Taiwanese dollar was up nearly 0.2%, while the Malaysian ringgit climbed 0.5% against the greenback in the markets today. The dollar index, of course, continues to just about hold 78 at this point in time, down 0.5% even now in the European markets. The Indian rupee, though, paired gains and weakened in the afternoon trade by month-end dollar buying by oil importers despite a robust rally in the local stocks today. Currently, the rupee is trading around 45.35, nearly 6 paise of a loss coming in for that one. Well, chatting currencies today with us is Abhishek Goenka, CEO India Forex Advisors in our Mumbai studios here. Abhishek, hi, welcome to the show. Let's start with the Indian rupee first. We saw 45 go off quite easily in the last week. It's holding around 45.5 for most part of last 2 or 3 sessions. How do you see the rupee moving for the rest of this week now?
See, I personally feel the current movement of rupee is majorly driven by the international turmoil that we have seen in the Eurozone specifically. I think very short term rupee is a little weak. It could head towards the 45.50 because today also we are seen in the stock markets. The market is kind of up today, but still the market, rupee is also weak. And despite the news from the Eurozone that Ireland has been bailed out, $80-90 billion would be the kind of amount, rupee has shown little weakness. So that shows that slight pressure is there in the rupee right now because of the political uncertainty and also because of, a lot of capital controls we have seen in the emerging markets and the Asian markets also. But overall, I feel that in the medium to long term, I think rupee should appreciate because I think after this turmoil getting smoothened up a bit, I think money would again start pouring in, and plus today now it's in year end, another 1 month left for the year to close. Sure. So I think probably from next year onwards, I think fresh inflows would take control and rupee would again start moving to the old levels of around 44.5 maybe.
All right. Abhishek, you of course said that it's majorly the international impact that we are looking at in the rupee. How about the euro at this point in time? Because we've seen much appreciation come in, but markets still are, concerned about what's going to happen with Portugal and Spain and other countries which also have seen some debt concerns there. Are you betting on much higher euro from here?
We as a company has been personally been bullish on the euro. We feel that overall, yes, definitely euro has got a beating because of the recent turmoil in Ireland, and the problems are there in Portugal, Spain too. But we have seen that the euro has got a very strong recovery from 1.34 levels at the 55-day averages, and the most important thing that we have to look into the market right now is how the euro is reacting post the news of the bailout. Now, if the euro is not breaking below 34 levels again, in a couple of days' time, and the market is holding on to the levels of around 1.3738 again, I think then euro is poised to move higher towards 1.40 and plus. The chances for going higher is much more, keeping in view that overall, the overall quantitative easing measures of the US due to the due to the deflation kind of seen over there and due to the very low interest rates, and they're going to increase the quantitative easing. So I think, the euro is going to be a favorite currency there, and obviously the emerging markets. So I think I would still go and buy euro on dips. That would be a strategy for us.
Okay. What's really helping the high-yielding currencies at this point in time really is the bailout in Ireland and, of course, the kind of money that's flowing in from US. But on the other side, you also have seen China tightening up. Do you think that would really cap gains too much here?
I think in the short term, definitely. Yeah, we have seen the markets falling down. And, the one reason could be definitely because they have increased the reserve requirements. And not only China, but Thailand, Taiwan, Singapore, Hong Kong, all have done in some other way. Either they have increased the tax, they have scrapped the tax benefits, or they have increased the loan value ratios, or whatever. But I think it's more of year-end pressure also. The other news could be a reason, but the year-end pressure is also there, and all the trend of the 2010 was definitely dollar weak, and in the year-end I think significant profits would be booked. But I think if US is going to print money, and then that money is going to chase the emerging markets and the high yielding. That's one thing that is very clear. So I think Euro and the emerging markets are definitely going to be the winners in the medium to long term.
All right, Abhishek, thank you so much for taking time. So not betting on dollar, but euro and the emerging market currencies is where Abhishek thinks is the money-making idea happening. With that, it's wrap on this segment of Currency Call. Thank you so much for watching. Business Day coming up next.